everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the RAP Tour podcast. I'm your tour guide, Tim. How's it going? It's been a while, I feel.
I know.
Yeah.
Too long.
Way too long. And this episode is the American Takeover.
Woo!
Woo!
There's no Brits with us. There's no Brits with us tonight. One is sleeping. What's the other one doing? I don't even know what he's doing. He's playing
I
in
think
the
he's
ocean or
visiting his
something.
in-laws. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what he's telling us.
Which he told us this morning.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Ash.
On
Way to be.
vacation.
Yeah. So you guys get the Americans today. So let me introduce the other tour guides. Liz, how are you?
I am doing great. I'm excited to be back recording. Had a little vacation.
I was going to say, how was vacation?
It was wonderful. Nice little road trip around the East Coast. Loved it.
Nice. Yeah, it was good. I was following you on your Instagram stories and stuff. It was
Yeah.
It was nice to see. It was nice to see because some of those spots I've been to, some of those I haven't, and I was very excited about one spot in particular that you hit early in your trip.
Oh, yeah? What was that?
Nobody knows this, but I guess I'm going to share this now. I'm a huge Dawson's Creek fan.
Oh, I'm so glad you admitted it.
I have no problems admitting that. So, but you got to go and visit some of the filming locations in Dawson's Creek, and I thought that
sure
was
did.
so cool.
I nerded out.
So did everything look pretty similar to you?
It really did. Not much has changed in the
Yeah.
20 plus years.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. 20 years.
I know.
That's nuts. All right. And then rounding us out here is Jason. Jason, how are you tonight, sir?
I am fantastic. How are you doing, sir?
Hanging in there. Had a day of work, and now I'm home and talking to you guys.
Couldn't ask for any way to spend my Saturday night. It's fantastic.
Jason doesn't sound so excited about that. He's like, yeah, I'm going to spend Saturday night with these guys.
I don't care what you're
kidding, I'm
doing,
kidding.
Jason. You're going to be here. And I'm like, okay.
That's right. That's right. So this episode is going to be, I guess this is basically rumor updates, any updates in general about HHN and what's going on. We'll have a little bit of speculation. Nothing crazy. We just really wanted to get together and kind of talk and see what's going on. So let's get into rumors first. Do we want to talk about the house code names and go there first?
Yeah, I think that's one of the older rumors. So let's start there.
So I guess I'll just go down the list and we can talk if you guys have any thoughts of what the meaning of this and what it could be. I think this is probably one of my favorite things is looking at these names that they give these houses. Obviously, I know some of them are random, but I think a lot of them do have a hidden meaning somewhere that we'll figure it out once we get the announcement of the houses. So the first, we'll do the first two because they're kind of in the same area, Tent 1 and Tent 2. And we have, there's a theme to this, and you will see this or hear this. So Tent 1 is baklava. How do you feel about baklava? Do you like baklava?
I do like baklava.
I can't say that. I was just going to say, I don't think I've ever had baklava.
All right, we're making that happen.
All right, that's fair. I mean, it's just like a little pastry, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, phyllo dough with pistachios.
Yeah,
Well, it depends.
yeah, okay.
You can have different varieties.
All different kinds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have any thoughts about what baklava could be?
Not at all.
Yeah, I'm clueless on it. I honestly, there's one on this list that I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure I know what this is. And that's it.
Can't wait to see what that one is.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense, but we'll get there. And then the second tent name is called Cobbler. Uh-huh.
I like cobbler. Cobbler's fine.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Not my favorite.
No. There are definitely others on here that I feel are more tasty. But cobbler. So, I obviously the theme in these names is pretty much like dessert. But a cobbler could be a shoe person, right? Isn't a cobbler a shoemaker?
Ooh.
That is true.
So
Yeah.
I'm just throwing things out there, like just dual meanings. I don't even know what cobbler would be for any kind of, maze or anything, but I'm just going to throw that out there. So if anybody's thinking about anything like a scary shoemaker, let me know. Leave a comment for us. I don't know.
I went
Early
the
theories.
opposite direction of that.
Oh, okay. What do you got? What are you talking about? Bring it on.
This for me, growing up, cobbler. We always had a cobbler at a certain holiday event. and for my family, it was Thanksgiving.
So, I know where you're going.
Oh, would
that's
this
what I'm
happen?
thinking.
Are you trying to coincide maybe that certain movie that me, you, and Ash went to go see at not too long ago?
I mean, if I remember correctly, it was probably our favorite movie, at least horror movie of 2023.
Of last year, 100%, absolutely loved it. Liz, did you actually get to see this yet?
I have not seen it yet.
Okay, it is on Peacock.
I think Ash told me I have to watch it in November.
Okay, listen, Ash is not the gatekeeper anymore. Tell him that he needs to stop. Just so y'all know, this is the background. Ash tries to tell us when it's okay to watch certain holiday movies, whether it's too early or too late or it's just not a good time. So we call him the gatekeeper of holiday movies, which is pretty funny. But this is on Peacock,
gets bad.
I believe.
Netflix.
Netflix. I'm sorry, my bad.
Netflix.
So
Netflix.
Liz, definitely, if you get a chance, I definitely watch this. I honestly agreed with Jason. This is probably one of my favorite horror movies from last year. Just gave me very nice Scream vibes to it. Just the way it's filmed and how the story flows out. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get a second one to this one if I had to take a guess. So.
Please.
Very, very. I don't want to give any spoilers out, but just a very, very fun movie. Some great kills. And I think this would make a fantastic house. Jason?
Yes, 100%. I mean, everything about it, I agree with it. With Tim, kills were fantastic. The story was great. It just screams Halloween Horror Nights. If everyone's listening and watching, has a homework assignment, hasn't seen it, go watch it this weekend, next week, sometime soon.
Yes. Very good. Very good. I love it. All right. And then we have tent number 3, which is pie. I love
Again.
pie. I love pie.
Pie's okay.
Okay. All right. So, Liz, what's your favorite kind
Wow.
of pie?
Oh, man.
Like, what would be
Probably-
what's the favorite pie? Even if it's not your favorite dessert, what would your favorite pie be?
Probably key lime.
Okay. I don't know if I was expecting that.
I'm a Florida girl, born and
I get
raised.
that.
So
All right. That's fair.
Okay.
All right, Jason, what
Okay.
about you? Favorite pie?
This is for my Southern California people. I'm going to say Julian Apple Pie Company Dutch Apple is
Ooh, Dutch
fantastic.
apple
Yeah,
pie.
I went specific. And if you're from the Southern California area, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
All right. I'm with you. I am a fan of pumpkin pie,
you can't go wrong there, honestly.
Boring, but I love
Safe.
pumpkin pie.
Safe.
I mean, I don't know what this could be. I mean, the only thing I could think of for pies is Killer Clowns, but obviously Killer Clowns is not coming back. At least not this year. So
There is a certain game coming out this year. Just saying.
what game? Oh, for Killer Clowns?
Yeah.
That comes out what, June?
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
believe our fearless buddy Gary has already pre-ordered it.
Of course he has. That does not surprise me. So yeah, no guesses for pie. So then we're going to move on to the sound stages. So we have Soundstage 23A and we have Flan. I am not a fan of this. I
Me
do not
either.
like Flan. How about you, Jason?
No.
Yeah, no. I don't either.
Oh, we all agree.
Oh, we're just like, oh no.
A no for flan.
I wonder if the two Brits love Flan.
I can't
course they do.
imagine. Maybe.
I'm kind of with Liz. I can't imagine they even know what it is. Well, maybe they do know what it is. I don't know. I shouldn't
Maybe
say
Ash.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Ash maybe more than Gary, but I don't know. We'll see. I have no guesses. Anybody? Flan?
Nah.
Like what? I
I think
gonna
they
be-
were just hungry one day and they're like, let's talk desserts.
They're like, let's just list all of our favorite desserts, and that's what we're going to
Yeah.
use. Okay.
It's going to be our nasty
Okay.
house. or gross house.
All right, so moving on, we have Soundstage 23, and we have S'mores. This is where I think I know what this house is. Liz, I'm
Ooh,
surprised.
okay.
Come on, Liz.
Oh, yes.
can
I have not thought these through at all because I'm just like, they pick
Okay.
dessert names.
This is real easy. I'm going to ask you one question.
Oh, never mind. I got it.
What are the ingredients in s'mores?
Marshmallows. I got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So could this
took me like a second, but
could this be the Ghostbusters house?
it very well could be. That location
Right? Soundstage.
seems like it could be the right one.
So that's the only one I have a guess on for any of these. So
Now I follow.
Yeah. And we'll get to Ghostbusters in a minute. So, Soundstage 24, pudding. I'm not a fan of pudding. Just so
It's
you all know.
fine. All these desserts, I'm like, it's fine.
It's fine.
No pudding?
The next two, though.
Not one?
If I had to pick a pudding, it would be probably just like plain old chocolate pudding.
Standard
Like,
chocolate.
Yeah, like don't give me tapioca. Don't give
Oh,
me.
I do like tapioca.
Oh, do you really?
I do.
Oh, all right, that's fair. Jason, you like tapioca?
Actually, I do.
Man,
Odd man out.
I am. I'm
Grandma's
not
house.
a fan. It's all good. I'm not a fan. And then also in Soundstage 24, we have one that's called fudge. I'm a fan of fudge.
Yes.
Any kind of fudge, especially like crazy flavor fudge.
Ooh, like MegaCon, they had an entire fudge stand, like butterbeer fudge.
Did they really? Mm-hmm. Oh,
So
that's
good.
amazing.
I'm gonna be the ginger out. I'm not a fan of fudge.
All right. I mean, that's you know what? I can kind of see that because I think sometimes fudge is like super, super sweet. Mm-hmm. But man, it is delicious. And
Sure
give me-
is.
and I love peanut butter fudge.
That's the best one. That's the
Yes.
best one.
Yes.
On top
and-
of brownies.
Oh man.
Just saying.
God. Wow.
I'm so hungry now.
After we get off this, I'm gonna be like, I need to go get something.
Going twisty treat after this.
Oh, nice.
And then the last one in Soundstage 22 is what we have for code names is cookies. Love cookies. All right, what do we got for favorite cookies? What's your favorite?
I think I gotta go peanut butter again.
Okay. Jason?
Warm chocolate chip cookies, like chewy chocolate chip cookies. Got to be specific.
Yeah,
on that.
I think this one is really hard for me because I do love cookies. I love all kinds of cookies. And I know this one is made at holiday time because my mom used to make it. So it was the peanut butter cookie where you kind of like put your thumb in it and then you put the
Oh.
little Hershey's Kiss on top of it.
Yes.
I don't
That
know
is
what that's
good.
called, but I love that cookie.
My in-laws call them sombreros, but there's various names for
okay.
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love cookies. But I'm with you, Jason. I love a nice, chewy, warm chocolate chip cookie.
Chip cookie.
Nothing better.
Yeah, there you go.
But Liz, peanut butter always rules anything.
I mean, peanut butter with a little chocolate added. We're on the same wavelength.
I love it. So I'm going to ask a wild question just because it has nothing to do with any of this except for dessert because we're talking about dessert now.
We are now a
So-
dessert podcast.
Because I know some of the people that I live with here think I'm crazy and weird anyway. So,
Well,
I mean,
Yeah,
yes.
come on, Tim.
Yeah. You guys like brownie sundaes?
yes.
Yeah.
Jason? Okay. So when I
Yeah.
get a brownie sundae, I get chocolate chip mint ice cream, and I get it with peanut butter on it.
Oh.
Oh no! Don't
Yeah.
say don't
Oh,
say until you
Oh,
try
no, there's
it.
more. Oh, okay.
Oh no, there's not more. Just
I was worried.
I put the extra peanut butter on. Like I put extra peanut butter sauce when
I don't-
But these guys are like, ooh, peanut butter mint.
That-
I was like,
yeah, I have
yeah,
concerns.
it's very good. I promise. So homework for you guys. Try that one day. You're like, nope.
Well, I'm completely thrown off now.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this used to be an HHN podcast. We're now talking desserts. Sorry,
The
everybody.
Americans have taken over, and we're all talking
Yeah.
about desserts.
This
I
is
know.
just dessert now.
Gary's gonna listen to this back and go, "What the hell were these guys doing?"
And that's why he can't leave us alone.
That's right. This
These
is what
all
happens.
these code names are for actual desserts that they're going to be serving at Halloween Horror Nights this year.
Oh, that's what it is. It's the food
Oh,
booths.
can we
Yep.
get the treats at the end? Like you get through the house and you're just like, "Oh, here's a piece of baklava."
Yeah, exactly. Please come
That'd be
back.
fantastic. Okay. All right. So let's get into actual rumors. So these were obviously just house code names.
Before
we'll
we
just- Oh,
before
yeah,
we
go ahead,
leave
Liz.
that though,
Yeah.
you know an important thing that's missing here.
Two
We only
houses.
Yeah. So we're gonna come back to that, but I just want
Yes.
to put that out there.
I
That
think there's a reason why.
I think that's the foreshadowing. We've only got 8 house code names, and there's
Correct.
2 locations suspiciously missing from that.
Yes, we will get to that momentarily. We are going to talk about 3 IPs that have been rumored heavily over the last, 2 of them rumored over the last week. And then the first one we'll talk about right now, which we've talked about on previous episodes. So we're going to
Right.
talk about Ghostbusters again. I think this is probably the closest one to being a, you know, the shot that it's going to be. It's going to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the one that has the most legs to me.
I agree.
So I feel like with the new movie coming out at the end of this month, if I'm not mistaken, right? Toward the end of this month.
March 24th.
It's the 40th. Yep. It's the 40th anniversary of the original Ghostbusters and the 30th anniversary of the second Ghostbusters. I think this is all going to tie in very well to a house. And we do keep hearing the rumors that this will be Ghostbusters 1 and 2 together.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is going to have anything to do with the new trilogy that is going on right now. Correct?
Yeah. That's what I've heard, which I think is there's some differing rumors out there. Some people are saying it's the new movie, but I think it's 1 and 2.
And I think that probably makes the most sense just because of what's like the other rumors that we've heard that really don't even have to do with Halloween Horror Nights, but there's going to be supposedly a new parade at Universal Studios this summer, which is going to be basically just paying retrospect to all of the classic rides, you know, Ghostbusters, E.T., Jaws, you know, all that kind of good
Back
stuff. Back to the Future. So maybe we also get a Ghostbusters tribute store.
That's what I'm thinking. With the anniversary, they did Jurassic Park last year. It just seems like it makes sense.
I think
tie it all together.
Yeah, it just ties in so nicely and then right into Horror Nights. Jason, any other thoughts on Ghostbusters?
I'm actually pretty pumped for it because I've only experienced Ghostbusters in Hollywood. I was not
so
living out. Yeah, I didn't experience it at all. I literally had a millisecond of time, and I had to go back over to Asia for work, and I only was able to pick Hollywood for that year. So I only got to experience it on the West Coast. So
that means
I'll be excited to see Orlando's version.
You got the Ecto Cooler, my friend, which is pretty awesome. I know. And you got, I think, the better closing scene with the actual like the proton packs where they were crossing the streams and all that kind of stuff, because we didn't get that, or it didn't look like that. Liz, what did we have? We had what's her name? Gozer or whatever her name.
Yeah,
right?
And we had
like the stairs and the
stairs. A Ghostbuster, and then we had the Stay Puft projection.
Yeah, projection. I was like, why do we have a projection and Hollywood actually gets the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? This is crazy to me. So, Jason, I feel like you might have gotten the better deal out of that, even though I did thoroughly enjoy the Ghostbusters house here. I think it was also the first time, and Liz, you can correct me because obviously Ash isn't here and you've been going just as long as Ash, but was this the first time that we actually had a scare actor like on voice and really didn't have triggers and actually was talking?
Probably not the first time ever, but the first time in a long time.
Well, because she was mic'd up.
Right. I'm sure in the early days, they probably had something like that. I don't remember, but
okay, that's fair.
Definitely not in the modern era.
Fair enough. Which I thought was awesome, because we don't get like I mean, they play their triggers, they do their thing, whereas opposed to like local haunts, they do whatever the hell they want, which I think is fun. So, well, did you like the house in Hollywood, Jason?
I absolutely really enjoyed the house in Hollywood. You know, I thought it was well done. You know, everyone gripes about Hollywood and their black walls, and there wasn't anything like that in that house. I feel
that's good.
They put their eggs in, you know, a lot of it into one basket, and Ghostbusters happened to be lucky this year for that one. So
yeah, it was nice. It was just like to me, it was just like walking through the movie.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and I like those. I don't think there's really much more to say about Ghostbusters. I mean, we've talked about it, you know, on a previous episode as well. But the next one, actually, you know what? I'm going to leave the next one because I want to get back to that one. We're going to go to the last one that's on our list, and it's called A Quiet Place.
Okay.
Day one, new movie coming out, correct? I don't know when this drops. Do you know, does Liz or Jason, do you guys know when this is coming out? I know it's this year. I just don't know when. Let
me Google.
All right, Google it up. But this has been a rumor. Go ahead, Jason. You can go.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I haven't even seen any of the Quiet Places, so I don't know exactly
neither
where to
has
start.
I don't think Liz has either.
No. So it is being released June 28th.
Okay, so it's summer movie. Okay. I have lots of thoughts about this. I know you guys haven't seen this movie. And if it is based on the new movie, then obviously, okay, cool, because I have no idea, because this is basically going to be the prequel of how it got to that.
Yeah, there's a trailer that just dropped a few weeks ago, so you can kind of get a feel for it from the trailer.
Yeah. But if this is based on the first and second movie, I have no desire to go through this house. None whatsoever.
There's no way it works.
Like, how do you
I've
have
seen
a
enough
quiet
to
house?
know. Yeah.
That's my only issue is, like, how could you have, like, the... I think this is a bad IP for a horror maze, like, for a house. That's just my opinion, though. What do you guys
And my
think?
question is, with the new movie, even though it's day one, so it's the day the aliens arrive, it's chaos, it's an invasion. They don't obviously realize they need to be quiet yet because they don't know what's happening. So it can be as loud as they want it to be. But the aliens from this franchise are very specific and not something that could easily be replicated. So I'm just not sure how you would pull off a house unless you have puppets.
Agreed.
I just don't know how you pull off the aliens. I could see pulling off just the doomsday, like, crazy things happening, but to actually show the aliens, like, a projection isn't gonna be scary enough. So I don't know how they pull this off.
Agreed. Jason, you have any thoughts, even though you've never seen this?
I agree with Liz. I agree with Liz on this. I've seen the trailer, and puppets would probably be the way to go. Also, it looked like absolute anarchy and chaos at the beginning of the movie. I think it would be kind of funny if, this were to come to light and it were to happen that the maybe second to last room, it was a quiet room, kind of like the pause button in Resident Evil.
Okay.
That would just be kind of interesting to see, just a food for thought. But yeah, I have no idea how this would go. It feels a little bit like The Last of Us with a lot more creatures.
I think on that idea, if the rest of the house was noise and chaos and you got near the end and there was a quiet room, I think that would be
Scary.
Yeah, it would be terrifying,
That would be
especially if it was
scary.
a dark room. That could be scary.
Just a pitch black room, nothing going on, and you have no idea what's going.
What was that room from 2 years ago, The Haunting of Hill House?
Oh,
where
yeah.
You walked through that black room and you couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
It was
Something similar to that would be great.
Hallway there, yeah. So, so I really don't know if this has legs or not. I don't like this. To me, this seems like it just came out of nowhere. So I'm not. I don't think this is coming. Do you guys think this is coming?
I feel like this is more of a people's scan to see what movies are being released this year and what could possibly be a fit. And I think it's along those lines. So, I mean, it still could. It could happen.
Sure.
But
right.
I feel like it's one of those that we're just kind of guessing based on release.
Yeah.
Maybe a few years down the road.
Maybe. I still don't think it's a great. I still don't think it's a great IP for a house. But that's just me.
Yeah.
So, and it's nothing against the movie. I thought that I've only watched the first movie. The first movie was okay. It wasn't horrible. I've watched worse movies, that's for sure. But I don't know. I just don't see it as a maze. So, all right. So let's talk about the third and final IP that has been rumored all over the place now, and this one seems to be picking up. Yes, Liz, please. Liz has got everything crossed.
Cross fingers.
This one seems to be picking up some steam and legs to me, and that is A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes, please.
We've kind of discussed this in a previous episode. This is the 1984 year where we are back to the 40th anniversary of the original Nightmare on Elm Street, just like for Ghostbusters. So, thoughts? What do you guys got?
Please make it happen.
Yeah. I feel like it's just been... Liz, when was the last time was it Freddy versus Jason?
Yeah, Freddy versus Jason in 2015, and then before that, Freddy had his own house in 2007.
Wow, 2007 he had his own house.
Yeah, it's too long.
It's way too long. Now, just because you've been going longer than us, Liz, has this been some kind of like issue trying to get the rights?
I assume, I haven't really paid attention to that aspect of it too much to know.
Okay.
Jason might actually know some of this better than I do as far as the rights go.
Jason?
It's pretty messy, kind of just like New Line in general. Friday the 13th, they're dealing with it right now. Not 100% sure, but if it's something that they negotiated and worked out, it's going to make this year's event probably, I'm calling it now, if it were to happen, probably in my top 4 of the events I've been to.
Yeah, because we haven't seen Jason since 2015 either, so...
Man, it's really been that long for him, too. Holy cow. So we're talking almost 10 years.
Yeah.
For both of them.
Isn't that wild?
Wow, that is very wild. And that is wild because, I mean, he's one of the top slashers.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I mean, he's probably one of my favorites, honestly. I've always loved Freddy, so.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's probably the horror series from that genre, from that era, that I have seen the most sequels from.
All right, so here you go. I'm going to call this now. Soundstage 23A is Flan. That's my call for Freddy.
You going for Freddy?
That's my call for Freddy.
Do you have a rationalization for that?
None whatsoever.
I was like,
no, a little bit, because with flan, don't you actually have to like light it on fire?
that's creme brulee.
Oh, damn it! Never mind.
I was on
My
your
bad.
wavelength. I knew where
My
you were
bad.
going with it.
Damn it!
If it's creme brulee, I would have been there for you. But
wrong dessert. My bad. All right, forget it. It's not
you
flan.
do light a s'more on fire, but I mean, we kind of
you know,
Yeah, but there's marshmallows. That's the Ghostbuster. That's
Exactly.
Stay Puft
Yeah.
Guy. That's the Stay Puft Guy. All right, please bring Nightmare back to Horror Nights, because I think it is about time that Freddy gets some love again.
yeah. And
So-
the 2007 house was fantastic in my opinion. So I would love to see it again, especially now as a fan who goes multiple nights, because I think I only did 2 nights in 2007. Maybe only did the house twice. I barely remember it. Like, I remember highlights, but I would love to really be able to absorb a Freddy house now as a true
Yeah.
fan.
Was that 2007 house based on the original?
Again,
Okay.
memory
Yeah,
is
no.
fuzzy, but
Yeah,
I do
for sure.
believe it was based on the original with a little bit of a twist from Universal's own take on the
Okay.
story. I know you
Nice.
went through the facade of Elm Street and it
Nice.
had some scenes from the movie, but I
Right.
think that also kind of went into this Dream Walker's original take on
Okay.
it as well.
Fair. Jason, have you seen Freddy at all, even if it was out in Hollywood?
Yes, out in Hollywood,
Okay.
I did experience Freddy versus Jason. I will say, out in Hollywood, it was more of a best of Freddy. So we went into
Okay.
the classic
Okay.
kills with Freddy, per se, through multiple of all of the trilogy. It didn't really follow the lines of the first film and go on. It's just
Okay.
kind of a best of Freddy.
Okay. So
100%.
let me throw this question out, and we'll start with you, Jason. So let's say Freddy's coming back this year. Do you want the original, or do you want a mashup of like a best of Freddy, or do you want that original, that first movie?
You know, I'm a huge Freddy fan, and I would love to see an original, but there's so many classic kills through the entire trilogy that I want to see.
Sure.
I mean,
All of
you
those.
got all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you got the
Okay.
pizza scene, you got the TV. You know, welcome to primetime. I won't say the word because
Oh,
Gary
yeah.
will get mad at me.
That's a good one.
But yeah, as much as I love the original and it's a classic, you know, I just want to see like a best of. I want Freddy back, and any way we can get him, let's get
I
him.
get that. What about you, Liz?
I want the original. I want it to be the anniversary celebration and just go purely the original.
I am actually with you, Liz. I want the original as well.
Wow.
But I will not complain if it is a mashup house. Like, I won't complain about that.
Oh, yeah.
But my preference with you, Liz, is bring me the original Nightmare on Elm Street movie as a house.
And I think
40
it's been
40 years later.
Again, there's been so many new fans who haven't gotten to see Freddy at all. I think the best way to reintroduce them to the event is through the original.
Good call. Agreed.
Okay, I have a question for you
Yes,
both.
go ahead. Yep.
All right, so if Liz's dream and Tim's dream does come true and we do get the original house and we walk through a certain scene of a certain waterbed with a certain Johnny Depp, will it be raining blood walking through said room?
Ooh.
Maybe.
Because if you remember that
Could.
scene,
I mean,
it's quite.
They like to use water.
liquefied.
They like to use water effects. I mean, I didn't think. Okay, so let me compare it to this. Sorry, Liz, I don't mean to jump in.
No, you're fine.
But when they did The Shining and they did the elevator scene, I did not think we were going to get that, and I thought the way they did that was super, super cool.
That was
So if
really
you guys,
cool.
Yeah, so if you guys went through that house, you know what I'm talking about. So I can't see why they couldn't do this. I mean, they shoot water off at us through all other kinds of houses, so why not here?
Yeah.
So I say yes, they're going to do it if we
Okay.
get the original. Liz?
I agree. I'm right there with you.
Cool. All right. Well, that's pretty much the rumor section that we have that's been going on. Nothing else. Have you guys heard anything else that like maybe nobody's been covering or been talking about? Have you heard anything else?
I think there's a few different rumors swirling for the classic monsters. Like, I think we're still going to get a classic monsters house, but there's like all sorts of different things swirling.
Yeah. Why is Dracula being circulated again?
Yeah, I've been seeing Dracula instead of Creature.
I will
Poor
be
Creature.
so angry.
Yeah.
Dracula's been there for the last how many years now? 3?
Well, yeah.
3.5? 3+ light, whatever.
And
He had
how many
last
years
year
we
off.
had Creature.
None.
I know. One.
Oh, 1
Yeah.
year?
Yeah.
I mean,
He was in 2019.
He was in a case.
There
Does
were
that count?
there was a little moment.
Oh,
The Easter egg in Brides does not count either.
Yeah, no, I'm not counting that.
Yeah, I honestly, I really hope it is not Dracula. I have seen that
Yeah.
in the last few days that like been swirling, and I'm like, no, please no.
Yeah.
Like, I have nothing against Dracula. I have nothing against him, but we need something fresh. We need something new, and we have not seen the Gill Man. We need the Gill Man.
I know.
We need the Gill Man.
I'm Team Creature, man.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you. So that will hurt if it is not Team Creature this year.
I
So,
agree.
Liz, you want to talk about some of the construction that's going on?
Yeah, so the main thing we need to talk about is those permits that were filed for 2 brand new tents that they're calling, I believe they called them Tent 3 and 4, which is a little
Correct.
throwing things off for us because we've been referring to the tent that's over at Fast and Furious as Tent 3.
Right.
But so we're going to ignore that one, pretend that one doesn't exist. Now we're going to have 2 new tents. Very, well, I can't say close, but near the original 2 tents, tents 1 and 2.
So here's my
I'm
issue.
scared.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure it's the same issue they were all going to have. What is the crowds and the waiting and the queues and the lines going to be for
How?
those 2? Yeah, like, how are they doing this? I don't understand. So, okay, so let's talk about it. So we are not getting, well, we think we're not getting either one of the parade buildings, correct?
Correct. So the fear there is that we don't have permits for the 2 parade buildings. So in all those names we mentioned earlier, there haven't been permits filed for the 2 parade buildings for Horror Nights that we know of. So that leaves
Right,
2
that we know
locations
of.
that we need.
Yeah.
And now we have this permit filed for 2 new tents.
Yeah.
It's the pieces are falling together where it feels like these 2 tents are intended for Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah. Agreed.
Unfortunately, and that's a big sad because losing those 2 parade buildings,
I know,
it's like
those are great places for
it's like 2 sound stages.
sound stages. Exactly.
So then
Agreed.
we would have an even split of 5
Wow, 5 and 5
sound stages and 5 tents.
So my only my only plus for tents is that I like tents because they make you feel a little more claustrophobic. It's it's just in on top of you. But then there's also times where you walk through it and you're like, I can't believe they did this in a tent.
It's true.
And we've had a couple of those moments. One of those moments was what was Seeds of Destruction? Was it the subway on top of the subway? No. What?
You're close. Descendants.
Descendants. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. But the subway on top of a subway in that tent, to this day, still blows my mind that occurred in that tent. Like, how did they fit that in? That was just nuts.
They've done some amazing houses in the tents in the last decade. Absolutely. I mean, Scarecrow, across the board, most people on their top 5 favorite houses of all time, a tent house.
100%.
So it's not to knock the tent houses, but then if you think about the new parade building and the houses that we've gotten there ever since they started using that, and the amount of space. I mean, think of how big The Last of Us was last year, how long that was.
I know.
It makes me sad.
It kind of hurts.
It does.
But now, is this because of all the construction they're doing?
So there's conflicting things. There's a permit specifically for the original parade building that looks like it's being retrofitted to possibly do some sort of ride repairs, or maybe it's something to do with the new land that's being constructed right there. I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
As far as the new parade building, I really don't know why.
Yeah. Wild. That whole trying to get into these 4 tents.
I can't fathom how they're going to do this because if you use the entrance over by Fear Factor stage, and kind of twist us all back there, I could see us maybe splitting and going to the different houses. But then how do you have enough space for 2 entire queues back there by these new tents?
And that is where the 2 tent houses are going to be, correct? They're going to be so like if you were walking to Bugs or whatever, and you took the whole long way back, and then you finally made that right to head toward the tents, they're supposed to be there on the left-hand side, correct? Is that where I saw the map?
But even further back. So basically almost to the new parade building.
Okay. Oh God, that's going to be a mess.
Yeah, and then how do you leave? That's my other thing, is how do you leave? Because Lord help our feet if they want us to exit by ET again.
Yeah.
So everyone,
no doubt.
I've already been on the treadmill. I've been getting my steps. Like, everyone start practicing now, because
no doubt
we're going to be walking even more.
I just want to bring this up. So when we talk about rumors and stuff, obviously we like to get out information to you guys, but we don't usually try to just like tweet out or Instagram any like rumors until it's official, just because anything can change. And we've had that happen where houses have changed last minute, and they've changed a house with 2 months to go, which is absolute insanity. But just putting that out there. So whatever we say, there's no 100% guarantee that these are coming. This is still speculation and rumor season, and it's going to lead up until we actually get announcements. And speaking of
fun to talk about.
Speaking of announcements.
Oh.
Jason, what month is this?
It is March.
March. Liz, did we get an announcement last year in March?
We sure did.
Interesting. Again, we don't know anything, but we are speculating that maybe we get some kind of announcement soon. We have some guesses of maybe what an announcement could be in this month, especially with a certain movie releasing.
Okay, what's that date that movie comes out again? It was
March 24th. Is that what
I think that's what he said. Yeah,
March 24th.
There's a 2 in front of it.
Yeah. So hopefully the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is not busy that day or something. I don't know. That's our guess. We think maybe Ghostbusters might get announced this month, but again, we don't know anything. It's speculation and rumors. But it has to be soon, though, right? I mean, listen. I feel like we went through this all last year. We're like, there has to be an announcement soon. Right? There has to be an announcement soon. And,
they were torturing us last year.
Yeah. I really hope we do not get what we get like the repeat of last year, and I'm sorry, but that might have been one of the worst years and how they handled announcements. But that's just me. We love announcements, but man, we just haven't gotten anything yet, and it's that time of year. So, anything else with announcements for you guys?
I imagine that they'd also announce dates because they haven't officially announced that either.
That's true.
So that's probably like a house announcement and official date announcement.
Dates, yeah. And then usually I would what is it, by like July we get the ticket announcement, especially like, well, not ticket announcement, but like the passes, like frequent fear and all that kind of stuff.
Don't remind me.
Ultimate wallet breaker pass. Yes, I feel bad for you, sir, because I feel like that is going to be astronomical this year.
Start saving.
Ooh, all right, speculation. So we put a tweet out yesterday, in fact. We're trying to wake up Horror Night Nightmares, trying to give them a little nudge, a little push. We think they're a little groggy still. We're trying to wake them up, you know. I don't know if they're hungover still or what's going on, but I feel like we're very overdue for some kind of speculation map.
Their first map went out in February last year because it just came up on my memories.
Did it?
I think like 2 weeks ago. So I was like, all right, guys, come on. It's time.
Did you see that they responded to us?
I did see that. See that.
They rose.
we poked the bear a little bit. So hopefully the bear is waking up. So hopefully we'll get some. Yeah.
What we're saying is that if they release a map this week, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Liz did it all. Thank you very much, Liz. You're the best. Okay, so now I think this one is probably on a lot of people's minds. So Liz, talk about this one.
Yeah. So this is another fear. I'm on all the fears tonight, but we had announced that we already had reservations last year that were required for team members. If they wanted to attend the event, they had to book a reservation. But now this year, we found out that the Premier Pass holders, they get a ticket to Halloween Horror Nights on specific nights. They're going to have to book reservations in advance. So the question that's starting to circulate is, how long before us pass holders are going to have to book our reservations to attend?
Oh. I don't think it's going to be this year.
I don't think so either. But
with that said, I unfortunately don't think it is going to be too much longer.
Yeah.
Until maybe we do get that. What do you think, Jason?
I don't want it to happen, but you can see the writing on the wall. I mean, we had a little taste of it last year with if you bought your frequent fear pass, you had to select the date on your first date going.
Which still, why wouldn't anyone that bought that pass pick the first night? It doesn't matter if you
do it though.
I know,
it was wild.
That's mind blowing to me. Like, why wouldn't you just pick that anyway, just to have it in case you were like, we're gonna go.
Now, just imagine if we had reservations.
Yeah.
This is what scares me. That if we do have these reservations, how many nights am I going to get cut out now?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to pay this amount of money with Express for this pass for you to tell me that I have to have a reservation every night?
Yeah, and it takes out the spontaneous nature of like on a Sunday being like, you know what? I miss the fog. I'm going tonight. I could have just stayed home, but I'm going to go. And I worry about that kind of thing of just having to have every single night that you're going to go plan in advance. The Disney model, it's not the most fun.
No, I know. I agree. I just I mean, we're all locals somewhat. And how many times have we all done that and been like, had no plan on going to Horror Nights, later this evening, and then you get home from work or you're off or whatever, and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to go. Let's just go.
Yeah, I need to go.
And you just show up.
Mm-hmm. Run a couple of houses and call it quits.
Yeah, exactly. There's been plenty of nights where I've showed up, did a few houses, ate something, and be like, all right, I'm going.
Yep.
Just because I needed to get a little taste of of HHN, for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm with you, Liz. This worries me a lot, honestly.
Yeah.
So
I fear that it's on the horizon. I don't think we have to worry about it quite yet.
Yeah,
but I
agreed
think
with
they're
that.
testing the waters.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Anyway.
And I will say
test the
that
waters.
if the option is reservations rather than just getting rid of the passes, I would rather have the reservations.
Of course. Agree.
I'd rather have neither.
Agree. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I agree. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. That's pretty much what we have for you today. This was kind of going to be a shorter episode, but it turned out to be a little bit longer than I thought this was going to be anyway. But, that's because we're talking about dessert for a while, because we love dessert. Jason, I'm going to ask you. You get the honor this week.
I get the honor.
Where can people find us? Yes, where can people find us at?
They can find us on the glorious channel of YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Discord, and we also have our Spreadshirt page.
Yes, and that is at RIP Tour Podcast for everything, I believe.
Yes,
I think we have figured that out. Except for Spreadshirt, I think we have a pinned tweet on our feed that you can just get right into there. So if you want some RIP swag, it's on there. And I will tell you, and these guys know now, there is some cool new stuff that will be coming very soon. We were working again with our favorite artist, Ashley, and she has come up with something I think that's pretty flippin' fantastic. So, right, guys?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So I think this will definitely be part of the buttons, and maybe we'll do a shirt and a hat or something for this. Because I think both would be pretty fantastic. Other than that, we expect to be back to regular shows for the coming weeks, with rumors and speculation season, starting to kick up now. So we will be back in high gear. We got another history episode coming real soon, and then we also have a very. Am I allowed to say this, or are we still keeping this a secret? Have we announced it?
I think it's a secret.
All right. Well, we're doing a really fun episode coming up.
You said too much.
No, you know what? I'm just going to throw it out there. Well,
All right, do it.
I won't throw. We're going to do a game show.
There we go.
We just won't say which one, but I think this one is going to be really fun, and I can guarantee we are going to laugh our asses off.
I agree.
Yeah.
The Americans are running the show tonight. We can say it.
Yeah, we can say anything we want because the Brits are not here. Sorry, Gary. Sorry, Ash. Sucks to be you. All right, before we get out of here, though, any last words? You got anything? We'll go Jason first. I see you, Liz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do want to share something, a little fun little tidbit. We did talk about our love for Nightmare on Elm Street and hope it's going to be here. Back in good old 2007, I did play Freddy Krueger at a local haunt in San Diego, and
yes, are there pictures?
There's pictures, and I may or may not have it, added to a certain when we post this episode.
I like that.
You see
I want to see that.
Young Jason with the latex makeup on and everything.
Hell yeah!
So,
Nice.
I love it.
Love that.
Love it. All right, Liz, what would you like to say?
Well, this is just going to be the YouTuber in me, but if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, I would say leave us a comment down below. Tell us your favorite dessert from that lineup.
Yes.
And if you aren't already, make sure to click subscribe, click that like button, all the things. We're trying to get this YouTube channel.
My God. Are we really YouTubers? Well, you're already a YouTuber.
Yeah, exactly.
You are
now that we're doing it? Oh, man, this is crazy.
We're doing it.
I mean, I did it for a little bit with a certain family member of mine for a little bit, so I do get it. But it's been years. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all we got for now. So until next time, we'll see you guys in the fog.
Bye.
Bye.